What's going on, Leo? This is Brandon over at Well Intuitive, here to do your weekly energy read for the dates of July 16th through the 23rd. Hopefully you all had a wonderful, fantastic weekend. Hopefully you're having a productive week so far. I just want to give you a little bit of advice to help you get through the week. None of this is like, if you do it, you're going to, none of it's set in stones, and it's just advice. So take what resonates with you and leave behind what doesn't. If you know you don't need to work on some of these things, then that means you're already climbing the ladder as you're supposed to. So keep up the good work. All right, but I hope you enjoy the video and I hope you enjoy the read. So let's get into it. How we doing out there, Leo? I know everything has been kind of all over the place lately, but that's, you know what, we'll keep that one. That's where it flipped out. That's where we're gonna stop. All right. Wow. You know, what's funny is Cancer started out just like this. What we're going to be doing, Leo, this upcoming week is trying to visualize as much as we can. Trying to go into that quiet place where it's just you, your soul and your spirit, and you're just kind of having this inner dialogue about what you would like to bring into your life versus what you want to get rid of or to change into something else. All right, let's start visualizing what we want to become or what we want to see in the environment around us. All right. Like I said, people have their different ways to get into these meditation states. It might require straight up meditating, just sitting there quiet and just closing your eyes and trying to visualize just that one pinpoint of light in the middle, and just focus in on that and just quiet your mind and start to try to develop that more and find your own ways of meditation. That's just a very basic way to do it. But let's start trying to visualize internally instead of just using the 3D around us to take in the world, okay? Let's start trying to pull in information from within and bring that out, okay? Let's start trying to open up some more doors inside of our internal temples, okay? Next up for you beauties, passionate. Let's stay passionate, Leo. Let's not get all cold and dark and moody and become that mean cat. All right, let's stay that strong lion king. A weem away. Okay, let's be passionate this week about everything that we're doing. Let's make sure that we're doing it from the heart chakra, or that when we start a project, we're trying to exercise our heart chakra as much as possible, which is very simple, guys. You know what to do. The big old LOVE, the one everybody loves to hear about. Let's bring that up to the forefront as much as possible. Not in that corny, like, I am the rainbow, I am the gumdrop kind of way, but in a, I really do enjoy being here, doing what I'm doing right now, or just existing in the world that I live in. Let's be passionate about the things that we do, and that's going to bring a feeling from within of satisfaction with whatever you're doing in your life right now. Let's make sure that you're being passionate about that and not just doing it just to go with the flow or because somebody else is doing it. Let's make sure it's something that really comes from within you, because that's going to make the difference whenever you're successful or not successful in whatever it is you're trying to do. As long as you have the passion, it's not a failure. It's never a failure as long as you gave it your all because you loved it. You wanted it so much. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. So let's make sure we're being passionate about everything without sacrificing ourselves and who we should be or what we're trying to be for ourselves. Okay? Let's not play ourselves, basically, by giving passion to things that don't deserve it. All right? Follow your heart, like like Jiminy Cricket said. Let your conscience be your guide. Like if you don't receive the same energy back from doing something, then one or the other does not have the passion. Okay? Also out there for my Leos, your guidance. Let's make sure that we're listening to that wise sage or the village idiot who might have a spark of imagination and say something intellectual. Let's listen for that. Let's keep our ears nice and clear so that we're receiving everything that's trying to be being given to you at this time. Like I said, we have the full moon energy that's really, a lot of people bring it into a negative way, like, oh, it's going to expose secrets and bring this about and blah, blah, blah. And then you have the Mercury retrograde that's making everything. No, it's not meant to make you fail. What it's meant to make you do is advance yourself from what you were before it. All these energy events are feeding us energy. They're not taking it away from us. Okay, so let's make sure that we're using that in the right direction and building our temple, and not just, you know, being satisfied with what's there already. Because obviously a lot of us aren't happy with what we're seeing in our environments, and that's why we're trying to change so much. That's why we're going after the goals that we're going after, is because we're tired of the same old lame old. So let's make sure that we're listening to our guides so that we can get there a lot quicker and easier than trying to do it all on your own, trying to figure it all on your own. It's a lot harder to draw a picture of the world when you're sitting inside your house looking out a window. Okay? Let's make sure we're getting out there and following our guidance, using these other tools outside of ourselves to help build whatever it is we're trying to build. All right? Also, for my Leos, let's make sure that we're staying grounded in our environment. You know, it's good to dream, man. It's good to daydream. It's good to have maybe something that's a little fantastical in your life that you're working towards, that you're trying to make a reality. But make sure that you're grounded in the world around you right now by getting out there and experiencing it more often. A lot of, like, you know, everybody's on their phone these days. You know, not a lot of people like to get out there and enjoy nature like they used to, but it's coming around, and a lot of more people, you know, there's a lot more happening in your communities that's encouraging everyone to come out and join the party. Sorry about that blurring, guys. I didn't even realize I was doing that. I hope that wasn't like that for too long. But let's make sure that we're getting out there and existing in the world around us, and not just viewing it and watching it go by from your little window inside your safe, comfortable house. Okay, let's make sure we're getting out there and in exposing ourselves to the guidance and the changes that the universe is trying to bring into your life. There's a reason why this card is the color of your crown. It's because this is what the universe is giving to you. So don't block yourself off or isolate yourself from it. Okay, Leo? Let's make sure we're getting out there and getting, you know, just a little bit kinetic. You know, let's make sure we're getting out there and doing something that shows the world around us that we appreciate it, and we're not neglecting it. We're not taking it for granted like it's always going to be that perfect. Let's make sure we're enjoying what's around us right now, because it could be gone tomorrow. And man, when you're sitting there and you're jonesing and you're like, wow, I wish I would have been a little bit more active in what was going on around me instead of just watching it all happen. Let's make sure we're grounding ourselves and putting our roots down into this earth so that we can grow into these wonderful, nourishing trees. Trees of life. Next up, from a beautiful Leo, let's make sure we're following our intuition or honing our intuitive skills. A lot of that comes with this visualization thing, going internal so that you can view the world with a fresh eye, and not the two that have, to be quite honest, let a lot of us down, you know, in recent times and in past. Let's make sure that we're sharpening our intuition and listening to it. You know, like Jiminy Cricket said, let your conscience be your guide. Let's make sure that we're accepting our guidance from the universe by following our intuition, by listening to that quiet voice that is speaking clearly to you. It may not be the loudest voice in your head, but I guarantee you it is the most sound, the one that makes sense, the one that is calmly trying to direct you around, not telling you what to do, not barking orders at you, but just, hey, think about this, blah, 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 XYZ, nah, nah, nah. Listen to that voice, the one that's calmly, the one that's deliberately telling you about yourself or the environment that's influencing you, right? Start to use that intuition, my Leo babies. Oops, sorry, buddy. All right, next up for you wonderfuls. Let's work on our connections. This is heart chakra energy. Sure, this means like our physical connections, like our friends, our family, but this also means our higher connections, the ones that exist outside of our normal day-to-day, the ones that exist when you go internal and start to visualize. Let's make sure that we're connecting with our higher self as well. Let's make sure that we're listening to that inner voice, following that intuition, so that we can connect our heart chakra to the rest of it, to your throat, to the crown, to the mind. Let's make sure that we're connecting all of our chakras and not just trying to make one or the other the king of the pile. Okay, let's make sure that they're all connected, all flowing, all transmitting energy between them, so that you become a battery and not just the thing using the power. Okay, you don't want to be the accessory, you want to be the battery. Okay. All right, so we're gonna pull one more just to give you guys a quick overview of what we've covered so far. Let's make sure that we're visualizing. We're going internally to use that clarity that only we can find within ourselves to view the world. Okay, because it's very confusing when you start to use these and this to process everything, because it has to go through so many filters. It has to come from something external and then come in and get processed, and then you can make a decision based off that. But when you have your third eye open, when you've gone inside and done the work to begin to experience the world and that new awareness, that's when you'll start to really, bring in these energies, and it'll just be natural. You'll just be sitting there and you'll be like, wow, I used to do this and do that, and now look at me, I do this automatically, and I never thought I could change that about myself. Let's start modifying ourselves in good, positive, productive ways. Let's start upgrading ourselves instead of trying to control demolition all the time. All right, let's be constructive with these energies instead of destructive, because that's what everybody thinks with the moon energy and blah blah blah. Oh, my tower's gonna crumble. No, sometimes you're building the tower. Okay, sometimes you're building up instead of knocking down. All right. So let's pull one more from the bottom of the deck for the beautiful Leos. Aha, acha. Let's work on those desires. Let's start desiring things that bring us to that higher way of thinking. Okay, let's start desiring to be in that state of higher thinking, or to be in that state of connectedness, not just with the things around us, but within ourselves. Like, so many of us are disconnected from our mind, body, and spirit. They're three separate things. No, it's all you. What you're looking at me right now, you're looking at my mind, body, and spirit right now. He's speaking with you, not just one or the other, pulling the string and getting ready to take his turn in the spotlight. No, it's all interacting together to give you an amalgamation of branding. The best possible branding that can be presented from all three aspects of branding. Okay, that's what you're getting when I do this, or when you've honed in and begun to balance out all your chakras instead of just working. Like, if you have to focus in on one or the other to get things balanced, that's what you want to do. But you don't want to think that you have to focus in on one because none of your other ones need work. Let's make sure that we're trying to balance them all by doing things that feed them all simultaneously. Okay? Let's start using these things in constructive ways instead of destructive ways. Oh, there goes a bird. Sorry about that, guys. There we are. And I lost the bird. It's fine. I'll clean it up after the video. But we're going to end it right there. I love you guys. Let's keep working on I don't know why I pulled this off the deck, but yeah, that's for you guys too. Let's start using this throat chakra in passionate ways, in ways that open up our heart chakra. Let's speak the love language instead of the King's English, okay? Speak love language. Love you guys, and namaste. Take care of yourselves as best you can. Take care of others as best you can. And I'll see you here towards the weekend with your weekend energy read. And we'll be here next week with a more in-depth weekly review, okay? Take care, guys. Love you.